Yo, salute. Good morning. Knicks Real Talk. It's the morning show. It's your man, Divine. I'm in here, man. October the 25th, Monday morning. Now, coming off a dreadful loss last night. New York Knicks, man. So we're going to get into it. I know everybody energy is not dead, man. We still got to keep the show rolling, though. So, salute to everybody, man. Hope everybody doing well. Get ready to start your week, man. Time to ride and shine. Get on your grind, man. And, get ready to get out there in the world and make it happen. So, Knicks had a game last night at the world's most famous arena. Coming off a dreadful loss last night against Orlando Magic. We went down 110 to 104. We really didn't bring our game to the forefront last night, man. So we're going to get into all that, break it all down. Salute to my man, Will, man. Good morning, Will. Salute to you, my brother. Glad you're in here. But, yeah, man, Knicks had a game last night at the world's most famous arena against Orlando Magic. Didn't go well for us, man. We didn't bring the energy last night, man. Offense went down. We left our offense down in Orlando from Friday night, man, because we definitely didn't bring our A game to the forefront last night. So we're going to get into all that, break it on down. Yes, it will. I agree with you. A rough loss, man. But we wasn't going 82-0. I agree to 100%, my brother. We just got to keep grinding, man. It was a tough one, man. I was disappointed in the energy effort. Not so much the offense that happens, just the lackadaisical effort on the defense and effort, man. Offense as well. We was up 13 points in the third quarter. We was up like 11 in the fourth quarter, and we did not bring our energy. We let Cole Anthony come in here in the Madison Square Garden and run amok on us last night. So, I was disappointed in that. And, and it is what it is, man. We got to move on to the next one, man. But I was disappointed in that last night. I really thought that we didn't bring that energy, man. And I don't care about missed shots, like Tibbs said. I don't care about missed shots, all that. But when your defense and your energy ain't there, that's disappointing. But, we move on to the next one, man. We wanted to win that one. That we should have won it. But you can't take a hungry little team for granted like that, man. Cole Anthony coming back to Madison Square Garden, where he's from, and put on a show. He put on the show last night, and we didn't match his intensity or their intensity overall and their effort, and it cost us to take an L last night. So now we 2-1. The show goes on. We got to get ready for tomorrow night against Philadelphia, which is going to be a big game for us. And we see if we could bounce back and go up against Philly and handle the business. But Will, it was a tough one last night, man. But I'm not disappointed overall. I'm just disappointed in the effort. Absolutely lack of energy. Inexcusable, 100%. Will, we shouldn't have been there. We put the boys away, man. We had them on 13. You put the nail in the coffin, and just all around the offense. Like I said, they left that down in Orlando on Friday. So what happened to that, I can't tell you. But overall, man, the game was fun until we seen that Terrence Ross coming in just start going crazy, man. I was like, man, what's going on with that? So. We're going to get into all that, break that down, man. But overall, man, definitely was a disappointing loss. We should have came in and won that game and kept us 3-0, but you live to fight another day. And real talk, it just was, like only a couple of players in that whole game really did something. To me, was Julius Randle. Even though he shot poorly, he played hard. Mitchell Robinson played his heart out, and Derrick Rose played their heart out. Them three guys, they bought it last night, gave us the best effort they can. But RJ, Fournier, Kemba, and Obi, quickly, all them guys, they did not bring their A game to the table, and that's the results. When you don't come getting ready to play every night and don't take no nights off, that usually what wind up happening. You wind up just getting lackadaisical, lackluster, and them guys came in there. You got to give that team credit, man. They fought from beginning to end, and we was taking minutes off, taking seconds off, whatever, and it didn't bode well for us. So we just got to bounce back, get back into our grind. Hopefully we can get this thing back with the overall, man. Let's just break down some box scores and all that good stuff, man, because it was definitely something that we wasn't thrilled about for the Knicks fan base. But we're gonna live to fight another day, like I said. Overall, if you look at the box score from last night, them guys really went to Wendell Carter, 11 points, 4 blocks, 9 rebounds. Mo Bamba had a double-double, 10 and 13. Cole Anthony just blazes, man. 29, 16 rebounds. A guard from the guard spot. That goes to show you that we wasn't hustling last night at all. To let that happen, So we got to bounce back with that. And Jalen Suggs had 11 points. Terrence Ross just ran to muck 22 points, and that was only like in the fourth quarter. And other than that, Mo Wagner had 8. RJ Hampton had 7. They shot 40% from the field, 27% from 3, and 76% from the 3 charity stripe. So they came and did what they had to do. And for our Knicks, man, Kemba Walker 10 points, 3 assists. You know, he only played 18, 19 minutes. Field goal percentage wasn't bad. 3 points wasn't bad. Julius Randle had 30 points, 16 rebounds. He did pretty well from the charity stripe. Did terrible from the field goal percentage, 8 for 24 and 2 for 10. You can't have that, Julius Randle. That was disappointing. You cannot have that. You know, you have to go in there and do your thing, man. Salute Tim Smith in the building. And Evan Fournier, 8 points. That's disappointing. 3 from 11, 2 from 11 from 3. That was very disappointing. 25 minutes. Mitchell Robinson had a good game. 10 points, 3 blocks, 10 rebounds, 4 for 5 field goal percentage in 33 minutes. Had a little scared there when he went down, but he said he'd be all right. But he had a good game last night for us. Mitchell Robinson was one of the few ones bringing energy last night. You know what I mean? So we just got to get back on that. And obviously, RJ Barrett. Didn't shoot well at all. 5 for 17, 1 for 7 from the 3-point line. That was disappointing to me. Derrick Rhodes had a great game for us. He was one of the few that had a really good game. 9 for 16, 5 from 8 from the 3-point line, and in 28 minutes, 23 points. He was the bright spot. Alex Burks, 3 for 10, 1 for 6. So overall, they left the offense down in Orlando. Because they shot 37% from the field, 27 from 3-point line, and shot 68% from the charity stripe. And we just can't have that as a Knicks team, man. We got to do better than that. So we just got to get back, man, and get back on our grind. Salute Tim Smith in here this morning. Salute to you. We definitely got to get back on our grind and get in the gym tomorrow, look at the film, and realize that it was about the effort. The effort wasn't there this last night, guys. They just was playing. Seemed like they wasn't even in the building for most of the part, you know what I mean, until they really had to try to step their game up. They kept fighting, but, you know, they just didn't have it at the end, man. I just think that third quarter, that fourth quarter really put us in. And like I said, you cannot allow guys like Cole Anthony coming in and do what he did. You know, Kemba Walker and RJ and all of them guards got to take that personally. You know, you don't let nobody come in there and blaze you like that. You know what I mean? And I think we just got to rebound off that and get back to it and realize that was a really, really disappointing effort that we put up last night. So I'm not mad at it overall. I'm just disappointed because I talked about that in the stream a couple of days ago. Like, you cannot allow them cats to come in there and do that. My man, salute King Rigby, salute you right in the back, my brother. We got to do better, man, for sure. Just one of the nights we just didn't bring our effort. I don't care about missed shots. I don't care about that. But when you don't bring that full effort to the forefront, which what we used to our Knicks teams doing, playing with a lot of effort, and like Will said earlier, man, lack of energy and that's inexcusable. We can't do that. You know what I mean? So we got to move on to the next one. We will. And I know we'll bounce back. We're a resilient team. I know we will. It just was disappointing that they let it go down that way. You know what I mean? I just thought that we should have put a more gallant effort and made it harder for them guys to really score that basketball. You know, the Knicks defense don't give up that many points, 110 in the game. And on top of that, you know, you wasn't really there playing your heart out. Wills, I really hate to say it, but Kemba was not more helpful last night than ever Payton would have been. Yeah, he wasn't, man. I know he's home. He got to get back in that, but that's part of being a basketball player in New York. You got to brush that off, man. You know what I mean? You know, and just go full throttle. You know what I mean? Now, I hope they learn from it. This might be a blessing for the Knicks, man. It might be a blessing that they took this L last night. And I don't say that because we took the L, because sometimes you got to get smacked and to let you know that you got to get back at it. And you're right, Tim. It's going to be a tough practice today, man. I would make them sprint all day. Y'all cats here to put that energy, man. You can't do that. So we got to hope that Tibbs get them boys to practice today, like you said, Tim, and make them understand what it is to be a Knicks player, because Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, they new to the team. But they got to understand, man, you got to bring that gallant effort 24/7. Randall shot the ball terrible. He got 30 points. He went to the line a lot, but him, RJ, and Fournier combined for like 16 out of 50 something. You can't do that. You know what I mean? So like I said, we left our offense down in Orlando, man. We really did, man, and the energy too. And not get it is, you know, you coming out the gate already, and it's the NBA season just starting, but you still got to come and go hard to go home. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. You got to go hard to go home. So we're gonna brush that one off and move on to the next one, guys. And I think we will. I think we'll bounce back and we'll be more resilient, hopefully, the next time, and we get it popping. So overall, you know, it's too much to be cheerful about. You know, other than that, we had some players had a good game. I'm glad to see Mitchell Robinson had a good game. Like I said, man, he was the one bringing the energy on the defense, kept us that close. You know what I mean? But everybody else just wasn't in it. You know what I mean? Like I said, Derrick Rose, he played his heart out on the offense. He tried his best, but them guys were getting torched on the defense, and they were getting torched, bro. What I mean, torched. And RJ too, you know, right? Because RJ turned into let everybody out free because Terrence Ross came in and just went crazy. You know what I mean? So we gotta bounce back from that. We real talk. We just can't do that, man. I didn't like that at all. And like I said, we just didn't bring our A game tonight. We didn't no A game tonight whatsoever. You know what I mean? And that was just kind of disappointing. Now, you know, from that standpoint, we just didn't bring the A game. The A game and the energy wasn't there. You know, if you look at what we did Friday and you look at what we did against Boston, the energy was all up in there. You know, we was executing and things of that nature. So it's going to be a lot of negative things that we want to have to take away from this game. Like, to me, Julius Randle started getting a little bit too ISO a little bit. I understand why he did it because he was the only one getting buckets. But Julius Randle kind of, you know, when you started going ISO a little bit, to me, it took the rhythm out of the game. And now them guys wasn't getting in rhythm to shoot the ball because he was trying to go a mano against Wendell Carter. You know, leave that beef alone. You know what I mean? That's over. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know, they need to throw that game in the trash, like he would say, and move on to the next one, because that was really disappointing to see him, you know, doing a little bit too much ISO ball at the time. You know, when they should have been moving that ball around the perimeter like they normally do, and distributing that ball and getting everybody in rhythm. You know what I mean? They wasn't there. They didn't do it. So that's what happens when you deviate and you away from the game plan that's put out there. That can happen. You know, you start wanting to be the man because nobody else is scoring, but you got to stick to the game plan. You know, because it only takes somebody to knock down one shot and then to get a rhythm, then you get going. So I didn't like that overall. I liked his game overall, but I didn't like that part of his game. He definitely didn't. He definitely didn't do that. Yeah, absolutely, Will. I agree with you, man. They assumed that was going to be another cakewalk. You're 100% right on that, brother. They thought that they were going to come in there and just beat these boys like they did the other day. And that's not the case, because them cats, NBA ball players, they got pride. They got pride as well. And that, you know, and I know they believe that. Listen, man, we let them boys come in here and beat us. We got to go and compete harder. And that's what they did, and it showed up in the stats when that's why we lost. You know what I mean? You can't do that. And like I said, our shooting just went south. It just went south. It never left the south. Actually, it stayed in Orlando. Our field goal percentage was terrible. That's a 3-point percentage. Like I said, 27% from three. We cannot have that. You know. So overall, man, we got to take this one, man. We got to take this one as a Knicks fan base. Take this one, like you said, we're not going undefeated. But man, I think we definitely should have won this one. So we just got to bounce back, man, and hopefully that we can come out against Philly tomorrow with nothing but energy and effort. Now you playing against the Philadelphia 76ers with Joel Embiid and them guys, so you know they're gonna be ready to come into the Garden and try to get their thing popping off, and we need to bounce back heavily. So I'm really looking forward for us tomorrow, really bouncing back, having a good game against the Sixers tomorrow, because I do think that it was important that we bounce back and show the team that we're not no fluke. This is real, and that we got to get this thing popping. I think we will. But overall, for us last night, you know, I was disappointed in that, man. And let's hear Tibbs right quick and what he had to say about that last night, because I know he wasn't too happy. But let me throw the Tibbs interview up there right quick, and I get right back at you guys, and let's see what Tibbs talking about.
Coach, 36 points for Orlando in that fourth quarter, and 22 against the first round. Where did you see the defense break down?
Where do you want to begin? It was a compilation of things. But we created the problem long before that. Just understanding what goes into winning. We knew they would play with intensity, and we have to play with great urgency, and we have to have great intensity. In this league, the players are too good, and so if you allow someone to beat you to loose balls, make hustle plays. We had a 13-point lead. We blew that, and we blew another lead in the third quarter. So you're playing with fire. And the fourth quarter is different. It's a different intensity level than the first three. So, from ball pressure to challenging shots to shrinking, moving on the flight of the ball, multiple effort. It's just when you take shortcuts, the results are never going to be good.
What would you attribute that to? Just because your team typically has that fight that you're
and again, we're disappointed, but we have to learn from it. So just like when you win, you want to look at it and learn. When you lose, you want to understand why you lost and you want to learn, and that's going to be important for us. And that's part of a season. So there's disappointment, but we always say, when you lose, the most important thing is to learn, to move it forward, to not repeat the same mistakes. And so we'll take a good look at the film, and then we'll make our corrections, and then we have to get ready for the next one. The games keep coming, and so being ready to play is a big part of this league. And I give a lot of credit to Orlando. They played with great intensity, right? They made hustle plays, and we didn't. And so I can live with missed shots. It's our defense and our rebounding and playing tough for the lead. You can't let your guard down. When you have a lead, you have to play with toughness. And so I think that's important, and usually this team does. So, we have a great group of guys. We're disappointed with the way we played, but we have to do a lot better. All of us.
Yeah, that's the first. It's 6 minutes. That's the first half of it, guys. And I'll go back to the other half in a few. But yeah, man. First, he's 100% right, man. You got, this is the NBA. You got to be ready to come and get it popping every game. You know what I mean? You can't take no nights off in association because the next team you might be down. They might be ready to get it popping, and that's what happened last night. We didn't bring our A game to the forefront, and them cats took advantage of that. You know what I mean? And that was truly disappointing to see. But like I said, it's just one game. We wasn't going to go undefeated, but I think we got to make sure that we try not to let that happen again. But then got to happen at the beginning of the year, not at the end of the year, so we can learn from it and move on and just get better at what we do. And I think we will as a team. We did get better at it. They know not to take nobody for granted. And that, like I said, it was disappointing, but it's understandable. But overall, other than that, man, some of the good things was due to Julius Randle, RJ Barrett had a subpar game. Fournier had a subpar game. Kimber had a subpar game. You can go around. Obi had a subpar game. Quickly had a subpar game. But they kept fighting though to the end. They tried to get it in, get that W. They couldn't, but they kept fighting. But the bright spot for me was Derrick Rose 3-point shooting. Man, he continuing to knock that 3-point ball down at a rapid rate, and that is good to see. Derrick Rose going hard like that, man. He is knocking that ball down with consistency, shooting it real well from three, and I think that's going to bode well once we know when everything start clicking. And Mitchell Robinson grinded out yesterday, man. Good game for him on the defense end. 3 blocks, he kept us in the game defensively. He was the only dude, and Julius Randle played good defense yesterday too. Them two dudes were the only dude that played good defense yesterday for the Knicks. Everybody else wasn't doing what they supposed to do. So salute to Mitchell Robinson, 10 and 10, 3 blocks. Had a scare for a moment, went down, but he got back up. He tweeted out that, he good, he ready, he good to go, no worries. I'm glad to hear that. But we need him the rest of the year, man, because you can see what he brings up in that front line, man. And hopefully we have Noel back. Todd, I can understand he was off because he just got back. Congratulations to him on the birth of his child, him and his wife's child. So that's understandable why he might not have had a full game going for him last night because he was out for a couple of games. But other than that, everybody else, no excuse. No excuse, So we got to do better on that front. But other than that, man, I'm not totally disappointed. I just think, I'm used to the Knicks grinding out, going hard. And I just think that we didn't go hard last night like we're supposed to, like what we normally do. We normally go hard for 48 minutes and leave everything out there. And you can't let a young team like that get that energy. But what really happened, guys, was the Cole and Ross takeover. It was Cole was on a roll and Ross was the boss last night. Them cats went in there and they just gave it to us. They gave it to us big time last night. You can't salute my man Sha Power, salute my brother, salute. Good morning to you, Sha. But that's what I was talking about in the stream the other day. I was on CT show, and I was like, man, listen, Terrence Ross, you get him in a Knicks uniform, and see if you could swing a deal with him for Knox or somebody else, and whatever the case may be. Because you can imagine that he was on our team last night doing that. It might have been a different story. You know what I mean? And that's just that brother just a veteran bucket getter. And I think he bode well in the Knicks uniform down the line, especially going to the playoffs. You know what I mean? And I think we just gotta, think about things like that going toward the trading deadline. If you ain't gonna make a major move, look at guys like Terrence Ross. You know what I mean? His firepower and defense is decent. You know what I mean? So, but him and Cole Anthony though, man, you cannot have that. You can't have somebody coming in and drop 29 on you and 16 rebounds from the guard position. You can't have that. That's absolutely inexcusable. Inexcusable. You cannot let that happen. But it did happen. We got to live with it. But hopefully we learn from that. Yeah, Shad, the real talk, man. We had a bad game. That's all. Absolutely. That's all. We had a bad game on the energy effort. We left our offense down in Orlando, and we didn't bring it with us back to the Garden, man. You're absolutely right. We just had a bad game overall, and we still had a chance to win. But we just got to make sure that our guys come out there and don't take nobody for granted, Sha, and don't take them just because you blew them out in Orlando, mean you're gonna blow them out in the Garden. The day's a new day. You know what I mean? It's always a new day, and I think that's what happened. I think they took them guys for granted, like I think Tim or Will said earlier. You know what I mean? He took it for granted, man, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? And then them guys got to get back on their grind. And like Will said, Knicks assumed that it was going to be another cakewalk in Orlando, and that's what happened. You got to come up and be ready every game. So we got to live with that one, bounce back off that one, and get it popping. Yep, absolutely, man. But it happens. This association, like Will said, the world champions got smashed by 43 a couple of nights ago. Over a long season, you're going to have some clunkers. Absolutely, will. I agree with you 100%. And that's actual facts there. Exactly. Shot. We talked about that the other day. I was saying, man, that Ross and Mamba for Knox and Noel, I don't have no problem with that. I really don't. The two young guys with energy like that, and Ross can knock it down from anywhere. So yeah, man, that's something that we got to stay keen into that, because I just thought that would be a good trade right there for everybody's side. You know what I mean? And I think that would be phenomenal right there. So we got to keep an eye on that if we ever want that to come to fruition. But yeah, like you said, and not only that, I will that the other night should look at the Nets lost to Charlotte last night. It happens, man. You lose games. It happens in the association. You lose games, and it happens. You know what I mean? So. I'm not too disappointed overall. I just wish that, from an energy effort, that's what we want to do. We want to make sure our energy stays up there all the time, and that we come in and bring 100% every night on that floor, man, and don't take nobody for granted, because this is the NBA, and these cats are talented. That's why they're here. They got them young guys play hard last night. They played harder than we did. They wanted it more than we did. But we got to get back to being gritty, man, because you can't let Cole Anthony come over here and do that. You can't not let him do that. I don't care if you got to give him a little elbow check or something. Let him know that it ain't going to be that easy. And that's what we got to do. You know what I mean? And let's hear the rest of Tom Thibodeau interview, man. There's only a couple of minutes left that we get back at some more talk.
You guys shot 27% from three. There were times where you guys struggled against the zone, but you also had some wide open threes that didn't fall. How would you evaluate what was going on there tonight?
Yeah, and again, it's I think oftentimes it's better to look at the film before you really. I thought we had some good opportunities, but I would have liked to have seen us get more stops and get into transition and get some easy baskets that way. Like sometimes when you're not making shots, you get a couple easy ones, and then all of a sudden your rhythm comes back for you. So, but it's on all of us. We're disappointed, and we have to do better.
Did you sense before the game that maybe your team was taking that team lightly because of what you did to them Friday?
No, but you understand, like when you look at a game, when you get ready, you look at what psychological advantages or disadvantages you may have. And we knew, okay, we just played them, and we beat them pretty good. You knew they would come back. And you're not in this league without being a great player. That you can't get here without talent. And so if they play with great intensity, which they did, then you're in trouble. In the second half, obviously the fourth quarter, it's got to be our best quarter, and it wasn't that tonight.
Tom, you mentioned that the 13-point lead you guys had in the second quarter. What went wrong with the group there? The starters came in, and then it seemed like Orlando chipped away at that lead.
Yeah, just the energy, and sometimes when you're missing shots, you let that take away from all the other things that you're doing out there. And we have to have a belief and an understanding that we can play well without shooting well. And there's so many other things you can do to impact the game. And If you're not shooting, make plays, make hustle plays, set a screen. There's a lot of things that you can do to create good opportunities for our team. It's just the most important thing is to find a way to win. Don't get wrapped up in any personal dilemmas. Play as a group and, find a way to win.
Coach, you talk about the shot. What do you think about the ball movement to get you those shots?
Well, the question you have to ask, and again, I'd rather look at the film. And I thought we had a lot of plays in which we had wide open threes that we missed. So, we grade all our shots. So we'll make sure we take a good hard look at it.
Tom, what do you think of the way Campbell's played these first 3 games?
Yes, like our team. There's been some good moments. There's been some moments that not as good as he can play. But our team, like tonight, we get into a situation like you're just. You're searching. I was just searching for guys that could give us a shot. So, I thought the group that we ended up closing with, and they gave us our best shot.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, that was Tom Thibodeau, man. He's 100% right, man. Everything he said, I second what he said. We just got to do better, man. We got to be better at this thing and play with the sense of urgency and energy, and know that it's a long season, man. And you got to be ready every night. So we'll take it on the chin tonight. No big deal. Just one game out of a long season. I'm not calling season already. So we'll start jumping off the wagon. Let's not get to that point anyway. Just realize that we just got to come out there the next game and be better at what we do. And I think we will. We're a resilient team. I think we'll bounce back. And we get a popping tomorrow night. We got to go up. And it might be a blessing that, like I said, that we lost that game last night because we don't want to get too high on ourselves. Think like we the best thing out there, and that we ain't really where we need to be yet. So just to the fact we know that I don't think that's going to happen again like that this year, because I think once they get that sour taste in their mouth about not bringing their best game, then they had to learn off that and move forward, and I think they will. So, like I said, it might have been disappointing in that aspect. But like I said, like Tib said, we move on to the next one. Yeah, absolutely. Will 100%, brother. Big positive. Mitch is okay. Absolutely. That's the main thing. Out of all that last night, Mitch is okay. And I second that, Will, that he'll be able to go the next game and continue doing what he's doing, because he came back in the game, had a huge block. The Thunder's alley-oop a couple of times. He's starting to get his little rhythm back and his energy back. Like I said, get a man about 5 or 6 games, man. He probably get that stamina back, ready to roll. You know what I mean? So that was a big one. Salute, Will. Appreciate that. He was a big positive. I was happy to see Mitch out there like that, and a warrior in him to go down like that and go in the rock and come back out and come right back in the game. Because you notice when Mitch went out the game, that's when they started getting crazy on us, because nobody can guard that interior. Obi Toppin didn't have it, but Mo Wagner let him know about that. You know what I mean? And they didn't have it down there without that size, man. That's why it's important to have him and Nerlens Noel here. And I was saying it all season. Mitch makes a difference on that team. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it because he don't shoot threes and all that stuff. He makes a big difference on that team. And I'm glad that he came back. And because tomorrow night he got a big task going up against Joel Embiid tomorrow. You know what I mean? So we got to be looking out for that, man. And hopefully Mitch will be all right. And just going there today and practice, take a light, and get ready for tomorrow night. Big game tomorrow night at the Garden. One of the top teams in the East that will be there this year. They got a good team down there, man. And, even though they're going through what they're going through, they still are the 76ers with Joel Embiid down there. You know what I mean? And Tobias Harris and Curry and all them guys, they still there as well. You know what I mean? So despite Ben Simmons not being out there playing, they still got a good team. You know what I mean? And they're going to come in the Garden and want to win. And everybody comes to the Garden and want to show off. And the Knicks got to be prepared for that, man. All our guys there and our other guys, the guys who've been there, know better. They know that everybody want to come to the Garden and show out. You know what I mean? So we got to go in there and get ready for them and make sure they don't show out on us, and try to get back in that winning column. It'd be a beautiful thing if we can bounce back and beat the Sixers tomorrow night. That would be huge for us. That let us know that game was just a bad game. Like Shy Power said, we just had a bad game. That's all. And I agree with him 100%. And that's what we had to chalk it up to, a bad game, lackluster on the energy effort, lackluster on the offense. Like I said, we shot 27% from 3, 37%, something like that overall. And then that's not what we do when you compare it to the first 2 games of preseason. So we had chalked that up. It is what it is. And Will said, I think Obi needs to be banned from shooting threes he's way off. Yeah, I think, I do agree that he need to make sure he's taking them the right way, but he need to get in the gym today, and make it happen. But they all was shooting bad last night, Will. So, they just was all off last night, except for Derrick Rose. He was knocking them down, brothers. That was good. Very big game tomorrow. They lost away and moved to 2-76. Yeah, move on to absolutely throw this loss away and move on to the 76. Absolutely shot power. That's all it is. Throw the game away, put it in the garbage can, throw it in the trash can, like Julius Randle said, and move on to the next one. That's all we can do. You know what I mean? And I agree to 100%. It's just a bad loss, but we ain't gonna let it distract us from what we need to do. We just gotta have to get in there and get on our grind and get back at it, man. And let's hear it right quick. Let's hear Julius Randle, what he got to talk about. Cause I'm interested to hear what Julius got to say about the game last night, and what was his opinion on that. So let's get into the Julius Randle interview right quick.
Is it tough to explain how this would happen after what you guys did on Friday?
I mean, just play harder than us. Play harder than us. It's pretty simple.
Julius, Tim's kind of mentioned a similar thing about just them coming out with energy. Why do you think that was?
You said why?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why. I mean, there's really not an excuse for energy and effort, but that's what it was today. For me personally, I'm gonna throw it in the trash. Come back tomorrow. Better prepare myself for the game on Tuesday.
Julius, you guys shot 37%. It looked like you had a lot of open jumpers out there. How would you assess the ball movement to get those shots tonight?
I mean, we got good shots from what I felt out there on the court. Didn't make shots. So, like I said, tomorrow, go in, get in the lab, prepare myself for a better game.
When you guys are relying so much on three-pointers you guys have so far this season, can it just be ice like this too, or this is not falling? That kind of pitfall of that strategy?
I mean, I don't know. How many points did they score? I think they scored a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. How much was it? 110?
Yeah.
That's still too much.
36 in the fourth quarter.
At 36 in the fourth? Yeah, there you go. There you go. 36 in the fourth. Like I said, nights that we don't shoot the ball particularly, we definitely can rely on our defense in the fourth quarter. Intensity should go up. So, I mean, there's no excuse for 36 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, I feel like maybe that's where we lost the game. We didn't play with energy the whole game, but definitely in the fourth, we can rely on our defense to get stops and get out on the court and run, and we didn't do that.
When you guys talk about energy, where does that show? Are you talking like going after loose balls, or are you talking more?
They got every loose ball. Yeah, they got every loose ball. Coverages. You guys can see it when we're out there and we're playing with energy and we're flying around and we're getting stops and deflections and blocking shots and getting up the court, moving the ball, playing with pace. It just was none of that tonight. So.
In retrospect, do you think that club was highly motivated after what you guys did today?
Absolutely. I mean, you knew they were going to come out and do that. I knew it from the very beginning. But like I said, we still we didn't weather the storm and we didn't play great. So.
In that first half, you had a nice lead, but late in the second quarter, they closed it. Was it energy? What would you see there?
Yeah, we didn't close it great. Missed some shots. Cole, Anthony played pretty well. Made some threes, so we didn't close it great. And then I don't think we really particularly started the third quarter great.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, there you have it, guy. Julius Randle. I second everything he was saying up in there, man. 36 points in the fourth quarter. You can't have that. You can't have that. Not the New York Knicks defense. You can't have that. 36 points, bro. Come on. So yeah, that was pretty tough to see and a tough pill to swallow from a defense standpoint last night. And that, like you said, lack of energy and effort on the defense. You can live with the offense, miss a shot. That happens in the NBA. Nobody's perfect. You're gonna have teams that just don't make them that night. But like Julius and like Tibbs said, you know what? you do the other things in the game that'll help you get there and get that W. So that's what happened. You know, we just overall we just stunk up the joint last night from that perspective. We had good open shots. We didn't knock them down, but that defense, God, that's what we staple our team on, the defense. And I think that defense in that fourth quarter just did not do anything. I'm like, 36 points. We outscored them every quarter last night except for that last quarter. You know what I mean? And that last quarter was with the end all be all from that perspective, because I think we just lost it on the defense end. So we move on, man. We move on to the next one. No big deal. It is what it is. You know, we'll get it popping. I think we're gonna bounce back tomorrow night, have a great game against Philly. Hopefully we could walk out the world most famous team tomorrow with a W and get us back to 3-1. Like I said, you know, and I think that will be the deal. You know what I mean? I think we'll be fine with that. You know, I'm not too worried about it. You know, I'm not, but I just want to make sure that them guys know that when you're going up against any team, you know, you got to come and bring 110% all day for 48 minutes, not 36 minutes, not 12, not 24, not 36, no, all 48 minutes. You know, you got to play to the buzzers over, and then you live with the results after that. If you go hard, you play hard, you can live with the results. And the reason why we probably not living with the results today because they didn't play hard in that last quarter. You blowing 13-point leads. When you got a team with 13-point lead, you put them away. You know, you got to put them away. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line. That's what it all boils down to. So we'll take that L. It's all good. You know, you got to own that one. As a Knicks fan, and the Knicks team, we got to own that one. You know, we got to own that. Our boy just didn't bring their A game to the forefront last night. That happened. So, absolutely. Will, you said we showed in the fourth we could have been taking it off the rack the whole game. Absolutely, 100%. So, you know, we got to correct that, man. And like I said, the shot selection, they had open shots at the same time. Some of them I didn't like because I seen some threes that we were shooting that we normally don't take the shot like that, and that wasn't a good look. But you know, we created a bad habit last night for a couple of plays. Other than that, that's it, man. You know, we got to get back and get on our grind. And I do think, like I said, it wasn't positive about that thing last night, and I definitely got to salute to Derrick Rose, man, because that Derrick Rose really came out there and showed us last night that, you know, that's what veterans do. You know what I mean? They go out there and try to lead and stay competitive and stay, keep the fire and desire burning, and he did that last night. 23 points, 5 or 6, something like that from downtown. He was shooting it real good. Salute to Derrick Rose, man. I mean, he's really taking that contract that the Knicks gave him and making the most of it. You know, he's earning his money, and I hope he continue that through the rest of the season. But I love it with the energies he's playing with. I love the playmaking he's doing. The shot selection is good. So we just got to get everybody on the same page, and it's gonna be a big game Saturday. I mean, tomorrow night. Let's hope that we can bounce back and get this W. Like I said, man, you know. But other than that, you know, Mitchell Robinson, great game. We're gonna hear from Mitch in a minute because he had a great game last night. Despite him going down, scared us for a minute as a fan base, but he got back up, got back in the game and made a difference. Because when he went out the game, that's when they started really doing what they did. And Tibbs like, nah, we got to get you back in here. And he got back in here and he kept it competitive. We lost by what 6 points, you know, and Mitch had a big part to do with that, getting back in here and battling and competing on that end for sure. King Rib said, and we messed up our season. We could have went 3-0. No Knicks past or present would have did that type of opening season. Yeah, King, I was disappointed in that too. That's one of the reasons why I was disappointed, because I was looking forward to us going 3-0 and becoming one of the few Knicks teams to do that. You know what I mean? And we just blew that opportunity, man. Like I said, but we just got to get back and hopefully we can get to 3-1. And make it happen, man. Like I said, but overall, man, Mitch had a great game yesterday. For him to be injured, let's hear from Mitch, man, and see what he talked about, because he definitely had a good game yesterday. Let's hear from Mitch for a minute.
To start off just about your health, I mean, it looked a little scary. You limping off the court, getting help, and then back to the locker room. Could you just tell us what happened and how you're feeling?
I just tweaked it a little bit, but it wasn't to the point where I really need to go to the back, because I didn't feel like it nothing major happened. So I was we just can go off to the side of the court and see what's wrong.
So it was just an ankle or foot? Or?
Just an ankle, a little ankle tweak, yeah.
So it's just like a sprained ankle?
Yeah.
Just in general for you, the hazard thing with the conditioning, and I know you're still getting up to speed, but how do you feel out there?
Honestly, I mean, I feel I'm getting better for sure. Like the first two games, like the first game, I mean, so I was gassed, But then the second one, it like kind of, had a little more energy. And the third one, I kind of felt even more better, especially because I was like eating and stuff like that. And so I mean, I feel like I'm really catching up kind of quickly, and just got to keep it going.
Did you see this coming tonight? I mean, after you kind of, routed them Friday, did you see that this could happen, or do you feel maybe you took them lightly, or what?
No, I think I mean, when you beat somebody, you about to play them again, and like playing them in the playoffs, they got an edge to them. They want to come back and win, of course. And so I'm like, stuff happens, I guess.
Mitch, what did you think of the defense? What did you think of the defense?
Well, like everybody, I feel like people play good defense. I mean, mine was kind of off, like personally. So, I mean, I felt like I wasn't in the right spot if I needed to be. I mean, I got a few blocks, but still, like off the ball, need to be in the right spots. And I'm just learning to get back in those spots because I ain't playing like 8 months. But I ain't gonna use that as an excuse, though.
When you weren't playing, were you able to practice like the positional parts of defense at all?
A little bit. Like it was real limited because like I couldn't do all like the contact stuff. So it's like I don't know where a guy would usually be at. So it was kind of hard to just do it on like 5-on-0. So that was kind of like tough.
With the ankle, just the fact that the right foot, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. All just the few seconds after it happened, just do the same foot.
Oh yeah, it was. I was like I just. Like it was shocking. Like it just happened so fast, and then my right foot. Like that's what I'm trying to come back off of. So it's like, so when it happened, I was like, oh snap! Like I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I'm trying to get back, and
So Suggs collide with you
there?
Did Suggs collide with you?
Honestly, it happened so fast, so I don't even know.
Was there any message from the head coach after a loss like this? I mean, did he say something that was he angrier than usual, or?
Nah, I'm good. Y'all talked to him already? Yeah, man.
His message is just
I ain't gonna speak on nothing outside that locker room, dog. That ain't my job, but hey, we just gonna go back tomorrow and get better.
Then also there was a post on Instagram. You wrote that you're taking care of your body, working hard on your body now, but you wish you maybe had started like sooner.
Yeah. No, cause like now I can't stay out the weight room. Like I lifted this morning, and then like before the game, I went in there to saying I want to lift again. At first they were telling me no, but I just did like curls and stuff like that. So I'm like, if I would have did that my first year, second year, around then, like actually trying to work on my body, getting more muscle, I think about now I'll be way better than, So
That's good. Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, there you have it, man. Mitchell Robinson interview. I like what Mitch said, man. He took that thing to heart. He's like, listen, I could have been better. I mean, he said he wasn't in his spots and things of that nature. So he owned it. That's what you want to see. You want to see our players own it. And he owned up to that, man. And but we got to get Mitch's props on that because he played one of the better games for the Knicks last night, 10-10, 3 blocks. He did the best he can, with a scary moment. And salute to my man, Ron, salute my brother. Good morning to you. Y'all already know what it is, Knicks Neil fan. Y'all make sure y'all go down and check out my brother Ron's pod, man. Y'all go steal Knicks fan to hit up his show and check him out. And salute to you, Ron, this morning, man. Like we got to get back on that, man. We will. And Flex Robinson, absolutely, that's what it is. He was free Flex Robinson for sure. But he getting his rhythm back too, man. And it was good to see him out there blocking shots last night. Like he had 3 of them. It was good to see him being mobile. And like I said, getting past the scare that he had when he went down, we got past that. We was ready to move on to the next thing. So we just got to keep it going, man. Tough loss. We'll take that one. We swallow it tomorrow. We got to swallow that pill tonight. Last night and move on. But I'm looking forward to that game tomorrow, man. I think it's going to be a different energy in the Garden. I think them guys going to be hyped. I think they're going to be amped up. And that's sometimes when you come off an L, you want to prove that wasn't no fluke. I think that game tomorrow going to be crazy. You know what I mean? So let's hope the Knicks come out there and they on point with their 3-point shooting. They on point with that ball movement. They really get back into the grind and then go in there and get that W, man, and then move to 3-1. And I think that can happen tomorrow. They come out there and play their A game. And other than that, man, we it is what it is with that. So we got to live with that. But like we heard from some of the contributors from last night, and they right, man, they're 100% right. They just got to get back at that, man, and go in there and swallow that pill, get it out the way, brush the shoulders off, and keep it moving. And I think they will. I think they're going in tomorrow and play hard and compete against the Sixers, man, and try to come out victorious. Other than that, man, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's just a loss. It's just one loss out of a long season. Nobody was going undefeated. Like Will mentioned earlier, nobody going to be 82-0. So, but it's just disappointing to lose that particular one. And it's just that game. It's like, okay, you got to beat these guys. And they had them 13. I think when we was up 13, if you would have put that defense on them, cats and locked them down, we'd have blew them out by 20. But they just didn't. That effort wasn't there. So we got to take that. We got to own that, man. And it's all good, man. It's all good. Other than that, man, you got to give Orlando Magic credit. They came out and played hard. Got to give Cole Anthony credit. He said, I'm coming back to where I'm from, and I'm going to put on the show in the world most famous arena. He went down there and lit it up. You know what I mean? And, so we just got to do a better job of our guards containing these guys when they get hot like that. Find a way to disrupt their rhythm, do something, or send somebody else at them. You could have threw RJ on them. I don't care. Throw somebody taller on them to make it harder on them. But we'll learn as we go. So Kimmer got to be ready next time, man. When somebody playing like that, you got to get up in them. You got to get up in them and don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? Jarvis, salute my brother. Salute to you, man. Good morning to you for real talk. But yeah, we just got to get bounced back and get that thing popping. We will. And I think I'm gonna put it out there. I think we beat Philly tomorrow. I'm gonna put it out there right there. You heard me on today. If I gotta eat crow, I eat crow tomorrow. But I don't think I'm gonna eat crow. I think we go in the Garden tomorrow and beat Philly. I really do. I think the Nets gonna be psyched tomorrow. I think that play's gonna be buzzing, and I think they're gonna be amped up. And they know they played a disappointing game from an energy standpoint last night. I think the Knicks rebound off that tomorrow. I think you'll see one of the better Knicks games tomorrow for sure. And that's just the resiliency of our team. I know they did it last year. Sometimes the Knicks will play a bad game. That next game they come back out, they get it popping. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for that tomorrow. Let us bounce back and have a good game, man, and try to get this thing going on, man, and get back to our winning ways. But so far, so good. 2-1. We'll take that coming out the gate. Better be over 500 and under 500. So we'll take the 2-1. Hopefully, because we know we got two important games coming up, man. We got them, and then we got after Philly, we got Chicago. We go down to Chicago, then we got to play Chicago. You know what I mean? And that's going to be a tough game down there in Chicago. They playing good basketball. One of the only undefeated teams left, them in Charlotte. So in the East, and then we got I think Indiana. We also got New Orleans Pelicans. You know what I mean? So we just got to get back at it. I'm confident that we get this thing popping. Yeah, Sha, I salute, man. You said, I think we pull off this win tomorrow. Better shooting and better do. I agree, Sha. I think so too, bro. I think we really gonna get that popping tomorrow. I think we show up tomorrow and handle our business and let the NBA know we are for real. What you seen last night with this was one of those nights. But tomorrow will be a good statement win for us. We go down there tomorrow and handle our business. That'd be a big statement win, man. You know what I mean? That's real talk. My man, so I agree. I think this early season, not making excuses about conditional wise. I saw some tired legs out there. The double overtime game might have taken a toll on them. Absolutely, still Knicks fan. Ron, I think so too, man. I think that double overtime, man, that took a lot of energy out there. Because even when Boston, the next game Boston played, they got crushed after that game. They got blown out. I think with Toronto, somebody gave them the business, but they bounced back last night and won. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I do think that at the beginning of the season, having a double overtime thriller like that, and then going down to Orlando, and that was an easy game, but so you didn't exert a lot of energy. But now you had to last night, and it caught up to them. Not making no excuses, like you said, but I just think it caught up to them. So let's hope they bounce back tomorrow and pick up that W, man. We get back at it. And I think we will. I'm confident in that. I believe in this team, and I believe in what they're doing. And I believe in them cats all day. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a good one for us to bounce back from, and I think we definitely could do it. We just got to go get it tomorrow. But other than that, man, you know what it is, man. I'm still excited about the season. It's early. I know you guys are excited about it. Salute to the chat, man. So to everybody out there checking us out, man. Right now, man, wherever you streaming them from, man, we here, man. But I'm glad to see everybody's still up here and the energy is in here. And even though we took an L, man, but we still here, supporting the team, supporting the streams. And like I said, this was one game out of 80 something. So we ain't sweating that. You know what I mean? We just gonna get it popping. Let me bring my man in here. Good morning to my brother Jarvis. Jarvis, salute. Good morning, my brother.
Salute, fam. What's going on, Divine?
I'm good, man. Trying to keep our energy up over there after that loss last night, but I'm good though.
I hear you, man. I tell you what I didn't recognize, Divine. If you remember last time we were on, the game that I was worried about was the Philly game, because I was worried about the effort, the sense of urgency, possibly missing shots and all that. I thought the game that we was going to play last night, I was thinking that was going to be the Philly game. I wouldn't recognize that we was playing Orlando back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of expecting this, because I kind of alluded a little bit to it concerning the last time that we were on, but it was concerning the Philly game, because I was thinking that next game after that first Orlando game, I was thinking this was the Philly game. I didn't recognize this was going to be the Orlando game.
Mm-hmm.
So Orlando definitely caught us right, but hey, shouts out to Orlando, because you knew that Orlando was going to come out with energy, effort. I mean, the hustle aspect that Orlando was playing with, sense of urgency, man, you got to commend them. So they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And really, to be honest with you, Divine, we did not play a good game. And even though we didn't play a good game, we still ended up going by 13 points. So when it's like that, you got to close out a team. But I think we kind of ran out of gas a little bit, and that's why I think some of those shots.
Yep.
Wasn't falling too. And then I also seen some shots that could be a little uncharacteristic that we wasn't taking. So I was like, some of them shots wasn't good shots to me. But for the most part, man, Orlando did do what they had to do. Shout out to Cole Anthony. I like the Cole Anthony coming out of college. That was one of the guys I was hoping we was able to get, and he had a good game. And man, I got to give a lot of credit to D Rhodes, man. They came in there showing that veteran leadership at a time when we were down, showing that leadership, man. Look, guys, man, we need to pick me up, get on my back. I'm going to keep us competitive in this thing. So shout out to D Rhodes. But I'm actually, Divine, I'm actually happy that this happened like it is, because we're still kind of getting, Mitch is still kind of recovering, getting his conditioning, and us overall too. That double overtime game with Boston, I think it just caught up with us, and this is what I was concerning about. I just thought this was going to be the Philly game and not the back-to-back Orlando game. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I'm glad it happened like this, because now what I'm anticipating happening is that effort and sense of urgency we have. Oh, Philly, we coming. We coming for you next game. Now, bear you in mind, Philly's gonna try to put up a fight in this game, because they're trying to right and relax the fan base concerning all that drama, and they still play pretty good, even though Ben Simmons is not available. At times between Ben Simmons and Embiid, their chemistry kind of look a little off whenever they play together. Mm-hmm. So now that they know that they're going to be going into this game without Ben Simmons, I think you're going to see a pretty good effort by Philly, which will make this victory so much more complete and satisfying for us, because I don't expect us to have a shooting game like we had this last game. I expect us to take care of the ball a little bit better. I expect the ball to be moving, and more important, to get back to a better defensive showing. So I'm expecting us to see about getting this W coming up, and we're gonna have a nice little test by Philly. But hey, this is the NBA. You don't go into any game underestimating anybody. You go up in there to go take care of business, and business will take care of itself. I don't know if you've seen that interview by Tibbs, but I love what Tibbs was saying in that interview. Even Mitch, because Mitch is still trying to adjust to getting into his right spots and all that. And by you not playing like that, you got to get reacclimated back to that. But Divine, I am not discouraged by this game by no means. I would have liked to have hit it. Don't get me wrong, But like I said, the last game, this game that we just played last night, I was thinking this was going to be the Philly game, and I kind of hinted at some of this on the last show that we're on. So I'm thinking we're kind of like right on schedule to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought this was going to be Philly, and I didn't recognize it was a back-to-back Orlando game. I don't know why I was thinking we was going to play Orlando another time. I don't know why I thought this was going to be the Philly game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all good. We did have a bad game. So what you do is, now this is going to be a test of your short-term memory. Throw this loss behind you.
That's right.
Get focused for the next game.
Yep, facts. Yeah, man, I second everything you said because I know what, even though we didn't bring our A game to the forefront, we still was in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And other than that defense, the defense laps we had in the third and the fourth quarter, you gave up 36 points in the fourth quarter. You can't do that.
Right. Can't have that.
Yeah, you can't have that as a Knick team, not 36 points. We outscored them every quarter except for that one. So you know, that was a positive. The negative about it was the 36 points in that fourth quarter. But the positive, Derrick Rose, unbelievable.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson coming around in his own double with 3 blocks. You know what I mean? Man, and Julius Randle, he didn't have a good efficiency game, but he played hard. 30, 16, 4 blocks. He went to the charity stripe. I was happy to see that though, Jarvis. He went to the charity stripe a lot last night. So when his three ball wasn't falling, he said, "Well, you know what, I'm gonna go to the paint." So I was happy with that. I really was. So you know, all the negative things that happened, some positive things that happened last night too. And you know, and we got to look at that. But I am truly amazed at what Derrick Rose is doing. He is shooting that 3 ball like at a beautiful clip.
Man.
What a way to
Divine, was that Derrick Rose or was that Ray Allen out there, man?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. There go my brother KJ in the morning. Good buildings. Good salute, my brother.
KJ, what's going on, my brother?
Divine, Jarvis, salute, fella, salute.
Salute, man. So we just breaking it down, man. Talking some about going over the stuff from last night, man. You know, the disappointing loss, but not discouraging, but disappointing.
Right.
We didn't bring our energy last night, man. Maybe because we just had a habit after the first 2 games. Them ball burning what we had at the opening night, and then Orlando. You know, we run up and down the court last night, so we just didn't have it last night. But we just had to move on to the next one, KJ. I think we'd be fine.
Man, you know what? People upset. Listen, don't jump off this. Don't jump off the boat right now.
Talk to him, KJ.
Do not jump off very early in the season, guys. 2-1, we'll take it and run with it. These things are expected. We can't overthink. Listen, we just missed shots yesterday. It happens.
Yep.
We could easily won that game, but there's no need to make excuses of, oh, we should bench Kemba. We should do it.
Yeah,
we keep doing the same thing because it's basketball. You shoot the basketball, it's either gonna go in or out. We just didn't make the right timely shots that we normally make. Didn't happen for us yesterday, and so we can't get discouraged. Now, the thing that I really want to see is how do they respond tomorrow when they play Philadelphia?
Yep.
And I think that has a lot to do about coaching, and I think Tibbs will have them ready. But like Tibbs can't get on the court. Those guys have to get on the court, and I think they'll do the right thing. Now we are shooting a lot of shots. I think yesterday we 13 for 42 or 48, whatever we were.
9, something of that nature.
40. Yeah. So we are 3. If we live and die by the 3, that's the how we playing. If we hitting 3s, we gonna give it to you. If we're not, it's gonna be a close game. But I think as the season goes, I think some of those 3-point shots will start coming down. They'll start moving the ball, and some of these ball movements will start going to the hole a lot better. You know, and a lot of these shots will start going down a lot more on a consistent basis. But right now, it's still early in the season. We have to see where we at after 20. Like we kept saying, after 20 games, let's see where we at. We can't see where we at only at 3 games. Like that's not even possible. So I'm okay with the loss. And sometimes it's good to get stung early, get punched in the mouth early.
Yes.
And slow you back down. Hey, Devon and Jarvis, you know what the problem is too? The expectations are so high that we expect to win every game, knowing we're not going to win every game. So that's all I really wanted to say. I see it. I was like, you know what? It's okay to get punched in the mouth. But now what we're going to do when you get punched in the mouth, we're going to get back up and we're going to jump back on you the next day.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Jarvis, I second that, man. It's early, and like I said, we take away the good things and the bad thing. Like I said, the shooting, this was the shooting. You know, we shot 16 for Julius Randle, RJ, and Fournier 16 for 50 something combined. Them guys had terrible shooting, but it happens. It happens. With a lot of teams, look at the Nets lost to the Charlotte yesterday. You know what I mean? You know, it's early.
Exactly.
It's early. The Lakers was losing all their games pretty much, so it happens. But I guarantee you, at the end of the day, we'll be where we're gonna be at. We still gonna win 50 games. But I'm not mad at the loss. Sometimes, like you said, you need to have a loss like that to bring you back to reality. You need to go out and play 48 minutes. You can't play 3 quarters. You need to play 4 quarters all the time. Go hard from the, like Tim said. Even when your offense is not doing it, there's other ways to win a basketball game. And we almost won that game. We was in it. If our defense would have given up 36 points in that 4th quarter, I think we might would have won that game easily. But we didn't have it last night. So we just got to take that on the chin, man, and move on to the next one for tomorrow night.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Well said, guys. And that's why I say I'm not discouraged by this loss. This was going to happen at some point. Like I said, I was kind of concerned about it being in the Philly game. But the Philly game wasn't this game. It was Orlando back-to-back. So it's all good. I think you'll see a better showing from our Knicks in the next game, and then going and probably, you know, in this 10-game stretch that we were predicting, possibly 8-2, 7-3, 9-1, or whatever your prediction was. Anybody's prediction was concerning the season. I think you'll see it going forward in this 10-game stretch. I think you'll see. I think this to me actually could be a good thing, though, Divine. A loss like this could be a definite wake-up loss. And then the more these guys play, the more conditioning they're gonna get back. Man, you wait till we right, till we 100% right conditioning wise and chemistry wise.
Yeah,
you're gonna really see some good basketball from the Knicks. But but like you was alluding to, man, shout out to D Rhodes, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from D Rhodes, man. It's like that reminds me of that transition Jason Kidd that started having, because Jason Kidd was one person he definitely was couldn't really shoot good at all. Then all of a sudden later in his career, man, Jason Kidd started knocking that thing down, boy.
Yep, facts.
You know, so hey, man, I'm still excited about what the Knicks going on. Sure, lost a victory that I would have liked to have, but we deal with reality, and the reality is we didn't get it done. So your hats off to Orlando Magic, you know, for the victory. But one good thing about the NBA is we will see those guys again.
Hey, I'm happy for Orlando Magic, man. The little young team, man, they grinding like that now. Athletes in New York, you're happy for them guys, and we will absolutely be back and make that happen. You know, and I think with tomorrow, tomorrow I'm expecting RJ, Fournier, and Kemba to bounce back big time tomorrow. I really believe them guys. I think them guys took that personally. I think they took that personally, and I think you're gonna see them guys tomorrow bounce back real good and just go off. You know what I mean? Just go off, and that's what I'm anticipating tomorrow night. So, you know, I think we go in there in the world most famous arena tomorrow at 7:30. You know, against the 76ers and put some work in. You know, and it's a good litmus test for us. Them the teams. That's a good litmus test for them. The team that we fighting against, that we want to show that we are on a level, and that's why I'll be supporting tomorrow. Salute to Chop Low, my brother. Salute to you, man. Salute this morning. Supreme System Lord in the building. Salute. I got Will in the building. Pudge Nice jumped in the building. You know, we got still Nick fan Ron, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Ron on his podcast, man. He be doing this thing as well. Everybody, salute to you guys this morning, man. I appreciate y'all coming in. And just trying to chop up. King Ribby was in the building this morning. He's still in the building. Salute to you. And man, but we'll bounce back. Good game. Gonna be a big test tomorrow. I think that place gonna be on fire tomorrow, man. It's gonna be on fire tomorrow, Jarvis. And I think they're gonna be up and at it. They already get it popping, and we gonna go in there and try to get this W tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, Divine. I agree. That atmosphere tomorrow is gonna be playoff atmosphere again, simply because of the magnitude of the of the matchup with Philly. Man, I tell you, I can't wait for that Philly game. I can't wait. It's just, I mean, maybe I'm built a little different. I don't know, but games like this, I'll be looking forward to. Because I'm a person is I got to know. I got to know. I am a guy. I got to know type of person. The stuff that maybe a person might want to shy away from, or maybe not want to see. I got to know. Let me see how we stack up against this. And if you notice, Divine, even since preseason, going into even these 3 games that we just played, we have been tested in a multitude of ways in this, and this is what I like to see. So now I wanted to see how would they respond if it's a night where you just ain't got it.
Right.
Well, you're just not playing well. Well, you have to put an X on that. But that's not now. I'm not putting an X on it because it's a bad thing. It's just to show you that it's a success and a failure. Failure because we didn't get the win, but it's success that we still was in it and could have won that game.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm still liking the fight, even though they're playing, through. I think they were a little tired, but they're playing through that, and then now got another test. After this type of loss, we got a test against a top opponent in the Eastern Conference. How do we respond bouncing back? Got another test coming up. So I'm liking the tests because there's an old adage and an old saying that gold is tried by fire.
That's right. That's right.
Whenever you put gold in fire, any impurities that is in it will get burnt off. And then what the product that comes out of it is pure gold.
Pure gold.
That's what you want. That's why I don't mind these tests, Divine. Because it's only going to do what we had already been talking about. It's a litmus test. It's going to show you, it's going to prove your metal. It tests you. It's going to put you in a play because you're going to see some of this stuff in the playoffs. You make it to the playoffs, them games are not going to be as smooth. You're going to have to fight, grind it out, kick, scratch. You're going to have to claw. You're going to have to dig down deep. You're gonna have to do all of that. You're gonna have to execute. You're gonna have to have poise. You're gonna have dexterity. You're gonna have to have all those factors working in your coaching. You're gonna have to have the ability to adjust, not only adjust in a game, but even readjust.
Yeah.
So man, you got a lot of tests. I'm not worried, and I'm not sad.
Absolutely.
I'm like, okay, I see what's going on with that test. On to the next one.
Yep.
Let's roll. Let's ride.
Right. We didn't lose because of lack of talent last night. I tell you that much.
That's right.
We didn't lose because of lack of talent. We just lost because of effort. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm you know what I'm happy about is the fan base that we all up in here and we not discouraged. And that's what I'm happy to see. We not discouraged. We just say we let one get away. That's what I'm gonna chop it up to. We let one get away last night. We just let it get away. It wasn't because our team is not who they are. They're not good. They're not one of the better teams in the East. We let one get away last night, and that's all. I'm gonna chalk it up to that, man. And I think we go back, and the next 3 games gonna be real important. The next 4 games, because we're gonna be in Chicago. We're gonna be in your neck of the woods down in the New Orleans in a couple of games, and we got to get these games and win them, and just get back on it. Like I said, it's a grind. It's an 82 season grind. Like I said, we wasn't expecting to go 82-0. So hey, it's better to lose a little bit now than lose later. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So I take an L right now. I'd rather take an L last night than take an L when it's important, when it really matters. You know what I mean? And I think all games matter, but it only matters. We got enough time now to recuperate from a loss now. Then maybe we going into the 78th game of the season or something like that, where we might be 1 or 2 games away from a certain spot and we lose then. So you want to lose these games now to get all that losing, get that out of your system. You know what I mean? You eat some bad food, you want to get it out of your system. You just want to flush it out your system. And that food we ate last night, we just want to get it out of our system. That was some bad food we ate last night. You know what I mean? And so the Knicks gonna bounce back and make this thing happen, man. And I'm confident in that. And real shot low said, I just was watching Mark Wine eat in New Orleans. Fact. I got you. Yeah, man. Absolutely, Chop Low. And all you cats there, I'm working on the mod controls, man. And Supreme Sister Lord, Chop Low, and all you guys, I'm working on the mod controls. So I have the mod controls up and running. You know, anybody who want to become a mod, just hit me up, let me know, and I'll get y'all in the mod control, man. And that's real talk right there. But yeah, man, you know what? It was, 110, we gave a little bit too many points last night. Our defense did, like you said, we fourth quarter, we kind of got out of sync of what we normally do, but it happens. I'm not even worried about this. Jarvis, I'm not worried about it whatsoever. The Knicks will bounce back for sure.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to the chat, man. Will Salkin, Pudge, Nice, Supreme System Overlord, Chop Lord in the house. So shout out to Rob Still Nick.
Yes, sir.
We got a great fan base, man. Shy Powers, Alton Lee, Sherwin M, Nixon 6, Jet Life for Life. You know, we got great Knicks fans, great Knicks supporters on these contents, and I tell you what, I don't mind a loss like this, because we're still in the process of, even while we're trying to even make other improvements as it is. Now, why not let everything show up that can show up so we can correct it all?
Absolutely.
You know, so the Divine, we in a good spot. We still on pace. And the only thing I'm gonna say is watch out, Philly, because we coming.
We coming.
We coming for you.
Man. We coming for you. Absolutely.
You just coming to our house, but we coming for you.
That's right. We coming for you. You coming to the Garden today. You definitely gonna be. It's gonna be on and popping tomorrow. I'm excited about tomorrow night, man. Cause I just got a feeling it's gonna be a different atmosphere tomorrow. It's gonna be a different outcome, different game plan. They're gonna go in there, execute. They're gonna get it popping. Yep, and for sure. But all you guys who said it, Will, I appreciate you. Supreme Sister Lord and Parch, nice. I'm definitely gonna make you cats miles up in here. And anybody want to, hey man, this is a family affair. We're gonna get it popping. Got my man KJ back in the building. Yeah, man. But I'm ready for tomorrow night. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go get it for real. What do you think, KJ, about that game tomorrow night?
I think tomorrow we slow the pace down a lot more. I think we're gonna change it up. I think we're gonna see more of penetrating to the hole and kicking, instead of just isolating Julius on the left or right hand side. And they have to switch their game up just a little bit, but pretty much the same thing. I think nothing changes. I think as we keep it going, that's when we see the changes is going to happen. So, like I said, we know this team is a 3-point shooting team. We all agree to that. We know that when we're hitting our shots, it's hard to beat us.
Yes,
but they have to switch their game plan up, because teams now, they're going to play that zone on us, which I don't understand why they playing zone. So they think that we can't shoot threes and we're a 3-point shooting team. But you know what? That's fine. I just think that they step their games back up. We get to a W. It's going to be a close game, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, man. Y'all guys know I'm trying to grow the channel and get this thing popping. I got a new Cash app coming out for Knicks Real Talk. And if you guys, I'm not at the level of the super chat yet, but I'm getting there. But I do have a Cash app coming out for Knicks Real Talk, man, to help grow the channel, to get us, the way we can get things that's going to help the show grow, going to help be able to get, the merchandise and stuff for our fan base that's always in here supporting us and representing us to the fullest. So y'all look out for it down the line, man. The Knicks Real Talk Cash app. Guys can donate to the channel, and we just help grow this thing, man, because we're going to have a long season. It's going to be a beautiful season. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, all you guys want to make mods, Will, I got you, my brother. Absolutely. I'm going to make some of you get some mods out there. And we're going to get this thing popping. You know what I mean? It really is. Because I think the Knicks going to have a wonderful season. I want to make sure that we represent them real well. We represent ourselves real well. So I just give y'all a heads up on that. So when it happens, y'all just look for it. I'll let you know when it's pop off in the next couple of days. The Cash app for Knicks Real Talk, man. And we just get it popping. But yeah, other than that, man, we 2-1. We still up there in the East and the top, you know what I mean? And, we do a big win tomorrow. If we get that win tomorrow, that's a huge win tomorrow for us, man.
Yes.
This early in the season, to have a statement like that, and not only that, does it show that we're resilient, to be able to bounce back after a tough loss when we know we really should have won the game. We had the game in our control. We just let it slip out of our hands, you know what I mean? Because we had grease on the stick or whatever. But we just got to bounce back, Jarvis, and hold on to this thing tomorrow. But it's going to be, I want to see Mitchell Robinson, like my man said, go up against Joel Embiid and see where he at against that dude. You know what I mean? Because he played him. Sometimes Mitchell Robinson played Joel Embiid pretty tough. You know what I mean? But now with that extra weight, Joel Embiid just can't push that boy around like that now. So it's gonna be a big test for Mitchell Robinson tomorrow. And let's see what Julius Randle could do with Tobias Harris and all that good stuff, man. And I think we can go in there and get this game. I'm really confident that we can get this game tomorrow. I'm almost on the 80% level tomorrow, Jarvis.
I must admit my my heart dropped just a little bit when I seen Mitch go down at first, just a little bit. I was like, I was like, man, what's going on here? And then whenever you would look at the replays, I think Jalen Suggs, I think he kind of ran into his knee.
He ran into his knee.
With his knee, because he was holding Julius, and I think Mitch was talking about a little bit of tweak with his ankle or whatever. But I was glad to know that it wasn't serious, especially whenever he was able to walk out and he still was able to put some weight on it and then came back in the game. I was like, okay. But my heart did drop just a little bit when I seen that.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick on a different note, KJ. Excuse me, on a different note, KJ. No, Giants, brother. That defense came up, finally stepped up last night. I had to get that out there. They finally stepped up last night. That was a good win for the Giants too, man. And I got Giants talking there real quick. I had to throw that in there because Giants win, man. We needed that win. And we banged up pretty good down there, but no doubt the win for sure.
So I gotta be completely honest with you guys. I did not go to the game last night.
Mm-hmm.
After that 38-3 blowout, and I had to sit there in that cold arena, I said to myself, I got rid of them tickets. And the time I got rid of them, I said, watch the Giants win. So they won 25-3. Defense stepped up. DJ had a good game, but it's hot and cold with them. And look at all the players that we had out. No Galladay, no Saquon, no Thomas. So all the people that were out. So it's like we Giants is like we don't know. Yeah. Who knows? They could win. They could run up and run everything again. They could win the whole. I mean, they could win every other game right now. You don't know with the team. So I'm happy they got the win. That was their first win at home this year. It took them 7 games to get a home game win. And they played like 4 games so far. So I'm happy that they won. They won. So let's see what happens next week and the following weeks going forward with them.
Right.
The jury's still out on them, Devon, but I'm happy, and Jarvis, I'm happy that they won the game. Let's see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, man. But so tomorrow, go ahead, Jarvis.
I'm sorry. Well, I would like to congratulate all the New York Giants fans on y'all victory that happened. And my heart goes out to all the New York Jet fans who wasn't so fortunate.
Right.
And oh my God, when I seen that score, I was like, oh, Jets fans, I just feel for you, man. But what I say is, don't be too hard on Zach Wilson just yet.
That's right.
Because Sam Darnold just come from his situation. They need a lot on that Jets team. Mm-hmm. So man, so don't be too hard on him just yet, man.
That's right. Hey,
he's still a rookie, man. He's still a rookie. Then on top of that, got to improve that offensive line. Got to give him some more weapons. They even got quite a bit of holes on the defensive end. Coaching got to get better too in situational football situations, but got to be more disciplined and not to get turnovers and penalties and all that kind of stuff. So I would say don't be too hard on it. And as much as look, if you've been a Knicks fan and you can be patient all this time, so keep showing that same patience with the Jets and the Giants, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they'll end up coming around.
Yeah, but
this may take a little longer than expected, but they'll end up coming around.
Yeah, this is an important season to me. I thought the Jets situation was the year to just develop Zach Wilson. I didn't expect the Jets to even win a lot of games. This year was about developing that young man to get him ready for the future. They got some good pieces down there. They could build off around him. So the Jets gonna go through that this year. They in a rebuild mode. You know what I mean? And it happens. As far as the Giants, I think this might be that game that catapults us to a couple of wins, get us back up in this thing. I really do. I mean, to play the way we played yesterday without Saquon Barkley, without Galladay, without we missed quite a few people. But I love what I seen out that linebacker from Georgia. What's his name?
Ajiz Alajari.
That's going to be the real deal. he gonna be the real deal. I mean, that's real talk right there. He gonna be the real deal. I was happy to see that and to see our defense get to that quarterback last night. That made a big difference. So salute to the Giants. But for our Knicks, man, you know, we're gonna get back at it, man. Tomorrow night, you know, at the World Most Famous Arena against the Philadelphia 76ers, we got to go in there and show them no brotherly love. Don't show them none. Don't go in there and handle our business. We don't show them no brotherly love, man. And my wife will feel from Philadelphia. I ain't showing you no brotherly love tomorrow. It's a wrap. We going in to get it. We got to go in there and get them. We got to make a statement tomorrow. You know what I mean? We got to make a statement tomorrow because, you know, we let somebody come and broke in our house last night and took something from the garden. You don't let nobody come in the garden and steal nothing from you. We got to hold that home court down, put that security system back on that guard, which is our defense. We got to lock them doors, man. You know, we got to lock them doors tomorrow. So it's gonna be a big test for us, man. And I think we make it happen. I really do, man. I'm confident tomorrow that we go in there and let these people know that the New York Knicks is for real. We are not a fluke. You know, we are for real. And that's the reason why I want this game to really get it popping tomorrow. Just let them know that we're not a fluke. That what you seen opening day, what you seen in Orlando the other day, that's what you're gonna see the rest of the season. What you seen last night, you won't see that the whole season. You might see it every, you know, it happens every now and then, but I don't think that's gonna be the end all be all for the rest of the season, KJ. I think we just gonna go get it.
Well, we're 6-1, guys. We're 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve those.
Yep.
Won the 4 preseason games, 2, we lost 1. So I'm counting preseason 2. We 6-1. Forget 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to take those stingers, and I just think the Knicks, they're going to have a lot to prove tomorrow because Philly is one of those teams that said, we're better than you, even without Ben Simmons. So guess what's going to happen? They got him marked on the board. Sneakers going to be laced up and tight. Whatever rest they need, they're going to be ready to go tomorrow. You're going to play to your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Philly expected to be better than us. You know, so they say, you know what? Let's bring our fan base back. Let's bring the NBA back. No, hold up. The Knicks is for real, guys. And that's what we're going to see tomorrow. I think tomorrow we keep the same pace, but we slow our half-court sets down. We don't always have to defer to Julius so much. You know, we got to get away from that just a little bit. The defense, I think we might see a Grimes sighting tomorrow. Something different. If Quickly's not stepping the game up, we might see a McBride. You know, so we might see some different pieces coming in and out this offense. And Kemba, let's give Kemba a little break. Kemba is still getting his feet wet back in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kemba's waiting to have a breakout game, and that could be any day. Fournier, his shot, like the shots are just not falling for us right now. But when they do, we good. Mitch got a big task, but I think Mitch is up to the task. If Mitch wants to get paid, let's see you go against Embiid now. Let's see what you learning. What defense? If you can shut Embiid down, we win the game.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Jarvis. I think that's gonna be the ultimate test tomorrow for Mitch, and I think he's gonna be ready for it. Like he said, I think he's gonna be ready for it, and I think we go in there and we get this thing popping. So let's go, New York Knicks fan base. Like I said, let's get that energy just like the chat. We got to get it just like that tomorrow. We'll be back ahead that next morning talking that the Knicks kicked their butt. That's what I'm hoping to talk about on Wednesday morning, that we went in there and gave them the business. You know what I mean? And that's what I really want to see. They just like Brooklyn could beat them, we could beat them too. You know what I mean? Brooklyn lost last night to Charlotte Hornets. You know, a lot of people lost games. It's no big deal. We not stressing. But let me get y'all guys final word before we got to hit Jarvis, man. Holla at me, man, and give me your thoughts before we get out of the building, brother.
I just say, look, man, we let's just stay the course. Let's not get over dramatic, start over analyzing things too bad. I'm looking for a pretty good game from RJ tomorrow. I think we might have a different little RJ sighting tomorrow. I know he has been taking I got to give my hats off to RJ. He's been taking more of that. Let me focus on the defensive end aspect to kind of compensate for not having Reggie Bullock there. So the guys like kind of better offensive options. You'll see RJ take on those challenges, but I think we'll see even RJ step it up even another notch in this Philly game, because if you remember last year when we played Philly, RJ had a very good sight and even matching up against Ben Simmons, because he had a good game against Ben Simmons. I'm looking for RJ to step it up. I think Burks is gonna step it up, and that goes to show you just how we've been playing. The Burks is kind of almost becoming like a little forgotten, but still putting his imprint on the games. But it's like he's not as much talked about it. Burks could have a good game, and now like KJ was alluding to, we could see a Grimes sighting, or IQ could have a 20-point game tomorrow. So those guys like that, I'm kind of looking to see them make their imprint felt to kind of help the other pieces that have been like Derrick Rose and Julius Randle not to have so much on them like they had to keep producing for these last 3 games. I'm looking for, okay, one of the games RJ scored like 7 points. Well, we didn't need RJ to have that type of offensive output. I'm looking for the team to kind of step up in that aspect to kind of relieve Julius Randle. Say Julius Randle don't have nothing but 17 points, but you have a big output by Alex Burke quickly, RJ. Derrick Rose might have 18 points, but Kimba might end up having about 18 points. So I'm looking at, I'm looking at us kind of relieving each other, and that's why we constructed this team. Because at times, certain guys are not going to be the main man that game. Others will be able to step in there and kind of relieve, and this is why we got there. I'm also looking to see if well, I will say this. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me, I think the writing is on the wall with our guy Kevin Knox. I think the experiment is starting to get to the point to where, okay, it may be starting to be a little bit over, which I was kind of anticipating this guy's probably going to get traded, but it seemed like he's kind of going to be falling out of the rotation unless a major injury happens to somebody. But I think we'll be fine tomorrow in Philly. Great test. Embiid is just the test Mitchell Robinson needs, because as a center in the NBA, it's really not getting any too much more, but it doesn't get any more better than playing against Embiid.
Fact.
So, hey, I'm looking forward to see what Mitch happens with this extra weight and him still getting his legs. Only thing that I want to see if there's any kind of lingering effects of the little tweak on his ankles and the little crash with his knee. I want to see if there's any effects of that in that game. Other than that, I believe we are prepared to make a run in this game and pull this game out, fellas.
There you go, KJ, my brother. Talk to me.
So my thoughts, D and Jarvis, is just we taking our time. This team is still not meshed yet. They're still learning each other. So give us some time, Knicks fans. We'll be fine. It's like anything you do in this life. You start a new career with something, you don't know everything. You think you know. You might make some mistakes in the beginning. Getting that new car, you don't know how to push the starter or key or a sunroof. It's anything you do. It's the same exact concept. What I'm saying is this team is still learning each other. So we're going to have nights like we had last night. Don't get down on them, because when they're up, we can say everything in the world. But when they lose, don't think it's something to criticize. They're still learning. And that's with anything you do in this world. It's the same thing. And that's all I really got to say.
Salute. Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Listen, man, tomorrow night, the world most famous arena, 7:30, Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's go in there and get it popping. Go on to Mecca and make it happen. I know it's going to be a wonderful game. It's going to be exciting. We're going to get it popping. The streets of Buzzing to be on 5 o'clock today. I think CT will be on at 5, so y'all go down there and holler at CT today. At 5 o'clock today, he's going to be on there getting it popping. And so we just got to keep it grinding. And to the chat, you already know, salute to all y'all, man, for coming in this morning, man, on this losing night. But we victorious up in here, though. You know what I mean? So we victorious up in our Knicks Real Talk. Y'all already know that. Supreme Sister Law, Will, everybody, man. King Ribby, salute to you. Pudge, nice, my brother, salute to you. Still Nick fan, Ron, thank you so much, man. Y'all make sure y'all go support Ron. Nick Still fan. Still Nick fan. Go support the podcast. Get the brother up in there, man. And just everybody, man. Tim Smith was in here this morning. King Ribby, like I said. Shaw Powers, my brother, was in here this morning, man, ready to get it popping. So salute to everybody, man. Thanks for coming in this morning. And we're going to get up out of here for the day. And until then, Knicks Real Talk It's the morning show. Y'all already know. Y'all have a great day, man. Just go out there, get your coffee, your tea, whatever you need to fuel your body, and be safe out there. COVID-19 still out there. Be careful. Do your thing and do the best you can out there, man. Y'all enjoy your week. Until tomorrow night, we'll be back here tomorrow night. Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers at the world most famous arena. Knicks Real Talk, Jarvis, KJ. You already know my partner in crime. We in here, man. Y'all have a great morning. Salute to everybody, man. Let's go get this thing popping. Knicks Real Talk, we out, man. Peace. KJ, what up, bro? Yeah, I accidentally put the wrong thing in there, man. The time. That's what happened. Yep.